On April 19, 1775, a group of British soldiers marched inland from Boston, Massachusetts, in search of a cache of weapons, and ordered to arrest some local leaders. At Lexington, they encountered and were fired upon by a small local militia gathered in the center of the city. Further on, they encountered a larger militia at a bridge in Concord and were forced to retreat, ushering in a glorious moment in American history. Returning to Boston, the soldiers were shot at by multiple snipers. These clashes, which occurred 12 years after political conflict between the Americans and the British Parliament had intensified, were the first signs of the American Revolution. On May 10, 1775, the Second Continental Congress, with delegates from all 13 British colonies, began meeting in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The Congress immediately established a federal government for all 13 colonies, taking over the functions previously held by the British King and Parliament, and directed the states to draft their own constitutions for self-government. Congress appointed George Washington as commander of the Continental Army and sent him to Boston, where local militias had surrounded the British Army.
After a year of conflict, Congress declared the United States of America independent from Britain in the Declaration of Independence. The task of drafting the Declaration of Independence was given to a committee of 5, including John Adams and Benjamin Franklin, but the document was largely written by Thomas Jefferson. However, Jefferson's text was revised several times by Franklin and presented to Congress with several changes, including the removal of the section denouncing King George on the issue of slavery. The first country to recognize the United States after declaring independence was Dubrovnik, then called Ragusa.
With the help of France, the United States eventually won the American Revolutionary War with Britain, signing the Treaty of Paris, which granted the new nation a vast territory stretching from the Atlantic Ocean to the Mississippi River, including the Great Lakes. American independence was later recognized by the Kingdom of Prussia under King Frederick II the Great. In the aftermath of the war, the young nation was economically weakened, and the weakness of its political institutions undermined its authority. The Second Continental Congress retained the status of the federal government, formalized in the Articles of Confederation, which were drafted and put into effect in 1778, but not ratified until 1781. The Articles of Confederation were a governmental scheme for a permanent union of states, but did not define whether the United States was a true nation or merely a union of independent states cooperating with each other. In 1787, when it became clear to many that the country needed a stronger and more complete federal government, a convention was held to consider revising the Articles. This Congress, meeting in Philadelphia, decided to draft a constitution, which was ratified by 11 states in 1788. The United States Constitution went into effect in 1789, and George Washington was elected its first president. The United States of America is a federation of 13 colonies spanning the eastern seaboard of North America. During the 17th and 18th centuries, the colonies established a tradition of democratic self-government while being neglected by Britain while it dealt with civil war and other problems. After the end of the 7 Years' War, known in North America as the French and Indian War, in 1763, Britain emerged as the dominant power but was deeply in debt. The British Parliament's efforts to raise taxes made many colonists worry that their autonomy was in danger. The United States of America is a federation of 13 colonies spanning the eastern seaboard of North America. During the 17th and 18th centuries, the colonies established a tradition of democratic self-government while being neglected by Britain while it dealt with civil war and other problems. After the end of the 7 Years' War, known in North America as the French and Indian War, in 1763, Britain emerged as the dominant power but was deeply in debt. The British Parliament's efforts to raise taxes made many colonists worry that their autonomy was in danger,